brought up this weird thing where in this movie, one of the movie that came out based on a Stephen King short story, it was called The Monkey. And in the original short story, the monkey is like, it's this toy, evil toy thing, basically. And it had like these symbols that, like, that old toy of the monkey banging the cymbals.
Yeah.
It was in Toy Story and whatever, which I'll get to in a second. But in this new version, it had a drum. And people were like, oh, was that some new take on it? Like, this was a new version, or just your own little flair to it, or aesthetic or something? You know what it was? Is that Disney owned the rights to the imagery and use of the clanging monkey.
Always comes down to that.
From Toy Story, by the way. And
Wow.
to me, which is fucking insane, because it's not that the toy monkey clanging the thing. That's not like G.I. Joe. That's just like chattering teeth, or it's like the stick with the pony head on it that kids ride around. It's like a toy that's outside of brand or something.
Yeah, yeah.
And so what they had also brought up, they didn't get into, but I thought it was a fascinating thing, is that when you talk about intellectual property and copyright and all, it's already super insane. But how does AI fit into that? AI is just grabbing shit out of the ether. Like, what happens if you produce something and AI committed? It's like, well, your AI, broke our copyright thing. We'll get rid of it. That's fine. And I was like, okay, maybe that's how it worked out. It's all very stupid still. But then I thought of another thing. What if? Why would you not be allowed to steal something, an idea, from AI? It is not an individual's creation. It is a thing's creation. Absolutely. And it's like, is it now going to get to level, well, I own the thing that created that? And is that how it would play out? Because if you think of, like, probably a lot of people, just in the same way that AI takes from us, if AI becomes more and more expansive and it starts doing a lot more stuff, and it just, just any idea. Like, I thought about this with, like, even stand-up jokes. If it does, like, which has been done before, an AI thing of a stand-up comedian set, what if you just heard one of those, of the fucking insane amount that they're out there? You're like, that's a pretty good premise for a joke. What if I steal that? And it's just like, are you a joke thief? You created something that wasn't created by an individual. Like, going beyond the point of, like, it's lame to steal something and not make it your own. However, as far as actual enforcement, it's a thing that created it. Yeah, it's not a particular person. And by the way, it's becoming more and more this universal shared thing. Yeah. So you can't be like, well, my thing created that thing, because it's like the internet. It's like wireless in a sense, where it's like, well, no, my wireless internet was the one that did that. And it's like, no, that's not your.
And to add to your point, AIs are black boxes, meaning we give them a bunch of information to train on, and they give us outputs. We don't know what happens in the middle there. So you can never trace back. The AI says this stand-up joke. That's because they took these 3 jokes from these 3 comedians and combined them and put it out. So we don't know what actually goes on from the input and then the output. In between is a black box, meaning humans do not know exactly or even close to how AI processes, organizes, and spits out what it does.
Yeah.
So you could never even trace it back to where it originally came from if you wanted to try to do that.